Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today I got another Power Rangers Ninja Steel review for you. This is the Deluxe Ninja Steel Megazord. It is out now in stores. My Toys R Us, my local store, got it early, and I have it here for review. And so this is it. This is the main Megazord for the toy line for Ninja Steel. It is the Ninja Steel Megazord. I do have a comparison with the Ninja version a little bit later in this video, so stay tuned for that. But first up, I just want to show you the packaging before we open it up and see what's inside. So the standard packaging for Ninja Steel seems to be a red packaging scheme with a lightning bolt on the left side. So this has battle gear included, all new, bonus figure, and what they're saying for the bonus figure is essentially the Red Rangers Zord. They're calling that a little bonus figure because it can sit inside the Megazord. As you can also see from the image here, they have an image of like the Red Ranger there. So all the 5-inch figures also sit inside of the Megazord. So we'll take a look at that. So, you know, a couple different little pieces there. It says 5 Zords combined, so it shows all 5 of the Zords there. And the Red Ninja Steel Ranger throwing the Power Star on the package. Pretty standard for Ninja Steel. There you go. On the left side, you have a shot of the Megazord. On the right side, another shot of the Megazord. And then the back of the box, again, shows you 5 Zords combined to form the Ninja Steel Megazord. Command your Megazord with any 5-inch figure. It is also ZordBuilder compatible, so ever since, I believe it was the Mighty Morphin 2010 toy line, all of the Megazords are ZordBuilder compatible, as well as all the different cycles, and they have other accessories and things. And so as you can see, they also show the other ZordBuilder compatible items, which I have all of these, and so you can look forward to a review of these as well, and I'll show you all the crazy combinations that you can make. So that should be pretty fun. So I do have those reviews coming up as well, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. So without further ado, this is the Deluxe Ninja Steel Megazord, so let's get this thing open and take a look. Alright, so I got all of the Zords for the Ninja Steel Megazord out of the packaging, and here they are. I want to take a look at each one up close, and then we'll get into all the combinations. Now, because obviously the show isn't going to air until, like, January, February, basically till 2017. We don't exactly know all the names of these Zords, except I think this is called the Robo Red Zord. I heard this is the Kodiak Zord, and then I'm assuming that's the Dragon Zord, and then we don't really know what else. So I'm not really going to refer to them by names, except to say the Red Zord, Blue Zord, etc., because we just, as of the recording of this review, we don't know the names yet. Now I'm sure later on if you watch it, we'll know, but anyways, so here is the Red Ranger Zord right here. And so, personally, I'm not a big fan of this Megazord in general. In terms of the design, it's just such an odd design. You have 5 very different Zords, from a dump truck to a dragon to a dog to... It's really weird to me. So I'm not a huge fan of it, but for what it is, it's pretty decent, actually. I'm a little surprised, especially comparing to the Japanese version, which I'll show you a little later. It's actually not too bad. So here's the Red Ranger Zord, and I do like, the little bit of gold there on it. So the arms do rotate all the way around. It does not bend at the elbow, though. The head does rotate all the way around as well. And then you can also bend it forward like that. And this can bend forward all the way back like that. So you get a little bit of posability with it because of all the different transformations that it needs. But overall, pretty decent little Red Ranger Zord right there. So not bad, not bad. And I think I read something where they may release another version of this Red Ranger Zord. So in case you want some more articulation or something, perhaps they'll release something like that. But for now, this is what it is. Okay? So then, let's take a look at the White Ranger Zord right here, the dog or the Kodiak Zord or whatever it is. And it's very, very basic, as you can see. Very basic. I do like the little, the paint for the face there, the blue eyes and everything. Like, I think that looks pretty good. The only articulation is the head moves up and down like that, and that's literally at the tail. Nothing else moves. So it's a super, super basic Zord. But it's a cute little dog. There's not much more to it, and I think for what it is, it serves its purpose. It's a little dog, and that's it. So, anyways, moving on. We have the Yellow Ranger Zord right here, the dump truck, or whatever you want to call it. Here it is, and this is one that I'm not a big fan of. I just think it just looks like a blob, and it just feels like it's missing a huge chunk right here. It just, I don't know, I don't think it turned out super well, just when it comes to the overall design of this. It just doesn't really work that well in my opinion. I think the Japanese one ended up looking pretty cool because it feels complete, you know, when you actually look at it, but in this American one, this one kind of suffered a little bit in terms of the design here. So it does roll, so in case, you know, you want to do that, you have the wheels right there. Just one thing to keep in mind when you do attach on the front piece, there's pegs at the top and bottom, so if you attach this to the top, the wheels are going to be lopsided and it doesn't work properly. So you have to make sure that you just attach it to the bottom pegs so that the wheels are even, and then it works. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to attach it. Like if you attach it to the top, you're like, oh no, what happened? Why is it lopsided? Make sure you're attaching it to the right pegs there. So keep that in mind. Okay, then we have this little dragon guy here for the Blue Ranger. And this one looks pretty cool. I think this one actually turned out really well. You got a couple different colors and stuff going on. There's a little Ninja Steel logo right there in gold in the chest piece. I like the silver with the red eyes right there for the face. I think that turned out well. Overall, pretty good. The wings and the tail are pretty decent size and proportion to the dragon overall. In terms of articulation, so the arms do move up and down about that much. So the little red piece kind of restricts any further movement. The head does not move. The mouth does not open or close. The wings do not flap or anything. The tail does not move. The legs are pretty stationary. The only movement you have is this, which is not really much. So articulation is very limited. The arms basically are the main thing, but overall it actually looks pretty decent though, I think. So I think that actually turned out pretty well. So you do have that the dragon there, so pretty cool. And then last but not least, you have the pink Rangers Zord right here, the one that reminds me very much of Tokyuger and all the Resha, all the trains, but this is it right here. So right from the front, you have kind of the pink look with the thing that's similar to the shape on the Pink Ranger's helmet. And then you have the gold right there. You have this whole piece right here. This is where the Kodiak Zord, the Dog Zord, kind of fits in when it becomes the Megazord. And there you have it there. So very basic, and it's a little flimsy, like when you're holding it like this. It does roll. The connector is basically this little piece at the bottom here. So this connector can fold in right here, but essentially it just kind of clicks on like that. So it's a very loose connection, but when it's just down on the ground like that, it doesn't really make much of a difference, and it works. It serves its purpose, you know. You're not really going to be picking it up and doing much with it anyway. So it serves its purpose overall. So with that being said, those are the 5 Zords for the Ninja Steel Megazord. So now we get to the fun part, which is combining it to make the actual Megazord. So let's get started with the legs here. So we're going to split this off with a little connector, fold that piece in. These are going to fold up and fold up, just like that. You're going to take the White Ranger Zord right here, head reaching up, and essentially this is going to just slide right in. I might have to push that down a little bit just to get it to fit in. And let's see here. Is that it? Is it in all the way? I think that might be it. I think it might kind of stick out a little bit. Oops, I'm dropping this thing. Perhaps, maybe, because when you lift it up, I think that's pretty much it, because it's not really going in much further than that. So it does kind of stick out a little bit, which when you're looking at the Pink Ranger one, you have, you know, a piece kind of sticking out there. So do keep that in mind. So that's just basically how it is. Not a big deal, but there's that. Okay. Then we have the dump truck here. So let's take off this piece. And then this piece here goes like that. And this folds out like so. And then we're going to attach the legs right into those ZordBuilder ports, like so. Now we have half of the Megazord. Now we have this little dump truck piece right here, and this basically you're just going to turn sideways and you have an arm. It's already ready. Actually, no, I take that back. There's one thing you have to do, which is push in the wheels into the side just like that. Now you have the arm, which just sticks on right here. There we go. Okay, just have that forward like that. Okay, then we have the dragon. So we're gonna pop off the wings and pop off the tail. Keep in mind, by the way, one thing to note, whenever you have the little peg here, or the hole for the wings, it never really clicks onto place. It just kind of pushes right in and it's there. So it's actually kind of nice, so it makes it a little easier to attach, and it's pretty sturdy, but you don't have to hear any click or anything when you're attaching the wings to stuff. So anyways, we have this right here. We're just going to kind of turn it sideways a little bit, and essentially that's pretty much it. Yeah, pretty much. So that's just attaches right on, and there you go. There's the other arm, just like that. So very simple right there. Then, oh, the other piece, by the way, well, actually, let me take that back. We have the Red Rangers Zord right here, so let's push that in. So you're gonna kind of put it in a little sitting pose, just like this. And there's these pegs on the back of it, which is gonna go into the holes right there. So clicks into place, and then you can just rest the hands onto these little pegs right here, like they're hand rests. So he's kind of like controlling the Megazord a little bit. So you do have that flexibility right there. And these do turn a little bit and tilt, so in case you needed to get it to do that. The last little piece that's missing that I actually didn't show yet is it actually comes with this right here. So this is one of their power stars, I guess. So it has the Megazord's face right there, and this does lift up. There's nothing on that piece right there. Nothing there. The back doesn't really have anything there either. But the actual blade itself is not foam like the other power stars. It's more of a hard plastic, and it does have a design on it as well. So that is in contrast to your typical power stars. So I have the power star, one of the ones that came with the morpher. So as you can see, in contrast, you got the foam right here, and this you got the hard plastic as well. So that is interesting. Now, the other thing to note when you're looking at it, this can fit into the morpher, this one cannot. As you can see when you're comparing, even though this front part looks, even though it's kind of a similar size, like the black piece in the middle, this piece is raised up and it will not fit into the morpher, especially because of these little things that are in the way. This red thing around it, the plastic, does not come off. So it is all one piece, and as you can see, it does not sit on the morpher or anything like that. So it is not compatible with the morpher. It's not like any of the other power stars. It's specifically for the Megazord. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold out the face like that, and then just attach it right at the top. It's got a little peg, and ta-da, there you go. Now the last thing that I wanna do is I wanna add the sword and shield right here to make it the complete package. So I have the little wings right here from the dragon, which then attach onto the little holes on the side right there. And it kind of becomes a bit of a shield. And then on this side you have the sword, the tail of the dragon, like so. And there, folks, there you have the Deluxe Ninja Steel Megazord. So I just wanted to kind of get that image right there. Pretty interesting, and let's kind of flip the box here and just kind of compare with what you have. So you have your 5 Zords that all combine to form the Megazord. Overall, I think it actually looks pretty decent. Now, again, I'm not a huge fan of the design itself. I've already said that. I'm not a huge fan of that itself, but the Megazord, for what it is not bad. And now I want to bring in the Japanese version for comparison. So this is the one from Ninja right here for comparison. And to be honest, it's not a huge difference. Like in some seasons, there's a drastic difference between the two. In this case, I mean, yeah, it's a little, you have tougher, more stronger plastic, so it's a little thicker, slightly bigger, a little more paint, that sort of thing. But the overall design, I don't feel like there's anything specifically missing from the American version. I feel pretty satisfied with what we have. We do have the removable Red Rangers Zord, which pegs on. Just all the design elements are there. Now the shield piece is a little different. So yes, this one's kind of facing down like that, and this one's like this. But to be honest, like, I think that still looks pretty neat as is anyways. And the one other plus is with the Japanese one, well, I guess what basically is the American version is a little slimmer, slightly. So if you like the less robotic looking, like the blockiness, you have the slimmer version with the American one, especially the Red Rangers Zord kind of looks like it almost went on a diet or something. It's slightly, thinner and everything. So you do have that difference. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of do that little comparison with the Japanese version. And so you have it. So this is the Deluxe Ninja Steel Megazord, and overall, just, articulation-wise, you can move the arms all the way around, do all that fun stuff. Oops, this thing came off. Let's put this back on. You can also move the legs and have a decent amount of, articulation at the knee right there as well. So you can kind of really pose it in different ways. I'm kind of just showing a little bit of what you can do right here. So pretty decent for a Megazord. Megazords usually have limited articulation, so it's pretty decent. And then that's pretty much it for the main Megazord, aside from there's one other mode that you can transform it to. So they don't really tell you exactly what this mode is called in this formation. Actually, before I do that, I want to show one other thing. But this is, I'll transform it to like the dragon mode or whatever you want to call it. But the one other thing that I want to show is that you can use any of the 5-inch figures with the Megazord. So I'm going to pop off this piece right here and take out the Red Rangers Zord, like so. And then I have the Ninja Steel 5-inch Red Ranger figure, so you can check out my review of that. But here it is right here, and it just kind of sits in. It doesn't peg into place or anything, but it sits in pretty snug, and you can just put the hands onto the little handles right here, like so. And there you have the Red Ranger kind of commanding the Megazord, and now you can just plop this right back on, and ta-da! There you have the Red Ranger piloting the Megazord right there, which looks pretty cool. I do think that looks pretty interesting, having the Red Ranger there. I think it just fits in nicely. And it's cool that you can put in any of the 5-inch figures, these Rangers, and I'm sure other releases that will come down the line as well. So just a nice, neat little feature, just depending on how you want to display your Megazord. So anyways, just wanted to show that since that is advertised. So now let's get to the final mode that we want to transform it to. So let's remove the Ranger figure there. And for this mode, we're going to need to take away the sword and shield for now. So let's do that. And then we're going to take away the dragon from the side there. And what we're actually going to do is the dragon folds inwards just like that. Okay, so it's kind of like sitting on the arm, sort of. And essentially there's pegs on the back of this red piece right here, which is going to go in like so. So just like that, it pegs right into place. Oops. Okay. Then we have the Red Ranger Zord right here, and we're going to fold the white legs backwards like this and fold it straight so it's like an arm, and then these hands can just be up like that. And there you have it. You have this peg right here, which goes in, and this becomes another arm to this Megazord combination. Then, if we're going to turn this backwards, look at the back right here, we're going to take the wings and we're going to take this hole and put it in the peg in the back right here. So he's got wings now. Again, it does not click into place, but it fits in pretty tight. And then you have these pegs at the bottom here, and that's where the tail is going to go. Just like that. Okay? Then, when you're ready, you're just going to bend it completely horizontal, just like that. Then you're just going to bend the legs backwards a little bit, so you have the red piece and the legs at an angle, just like that. And then the arms will just rotate forward, like so. And then here you have the, whatever you want to call this mode. I don't know what it's going to be called in the show as of yet, but this is like, I'm calling it like the dragon mode, kind of, because it's meant to look kind of like the dragon there. To be honest, I'm pretty disappointed in this mode. I think this one kind of suffers a little bit, especially because you don't have the ability to put any of the power stars at the top right here. This dragon head is kind of in the way. And then in this mode, the wings were proportional to the dragon itself. But then when you put it to the Megazord, they're really tiny, and it just looks kind of awkward. It looks like this guy's wings haven't grown in yet or something. So it just looks a little awkward there. And just overall, just how it's just hunched over. I'm not a big fan of the design anyways, and so I think this piece looks just a little bit odd. So, you know, it is what it is, but my personal preference is this mode, I think, kind of suffered a little bit in the Deluxe Ninja Steel Megazord. But, you know, that's that right there. So that's pretty much all the features of this Megazord. I'm going to kind of transform it back as I talk. Overall, though, I gotta say, it's not bad. It comes down to your personal taste. Do you like the design of the Megazord or not? I think this season especially is going to be very divisive because they have very unique and odd and interesting designs. They are not your standard kinds of things that you usually see, because you have a mix of a dog and a dragon and a dump truck. Like, what kind of combination is that for the Zords? It's odd. It really is. But that being said, if you do like the design or you think it's interesting, I think this Megazord is actually pretty good at what it does. I think the overall design looks really good. The individual Zords have some issues, but they're not too bad overall. And I think just especially, you know, when you add in the full package here with the sword and shield and everything, I think overall it actually comes out not bad. I kind of think it's pretty decent. So it really is going to come down to if you like the design or not. And if you do, I think you're overall going to come away satisfied with the Ninja Steel Megazord, and it's a pretty decent option to get. So that's it for my review, guys. Hope you enjoyed this review of the Deluxe Ninja Steel Megazord. We got lots more Ninja Steel reviews on the way as well. So if you did like it, please give this video a thumbs up and share it as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. If you liked my review of the Deluxe Ninja Steel Megazord, then get ready because I have a review of the Deluxe Rumble Tusk Megazord. So this is basically the same thing, but they recolored it in a green and orange paint scheme, and instead of having the Red Rangers Zord, they give you the Elephant Zord. So what they've decided to do is they've taken the Auxiliary Zord and given it with the Megazord. Now apparently you'll be able to purchase the Auxiliary Zord separate. I don't know, we'll see about all that. But this is how it currently has been released. So I will do a comparison, I'll show you the Elephant Zord, show you all that fun stuff. So definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Please give this video a thumbs up, share it, let me know that you want to see more Ninja Steel reviews because I got lots more on the way and I'm excited about it. So definitely check that out. Thank you all again for watching, and I will see you later.